Well, hello, everybody. I'm jumping on here. No countdown. Just thought I'd get on here and just cover a few things tonight. So I don't know how many people's going to jump on. We don't have the countdown, all this kind of stuff like we normally do. I just decided I'd get on here and just tell you something that I saw tonight, and we're going to get right into it tonight. And you can always watch the replay if you don't catch it up front. But I've been telling you this, and I've been warning you this about CBDC, the central bank digital currency. One of the things Sandy and I've been letting you know a lot about every Monday night at 7 p.m. on the Big Picture Live. We've been covering this of what's going on with the CBDC, and I want to show you. This is literally prophecy being fulfilled right before our eyes. So look at this right here. The World Economic Forum, WEF, speaker pitches new plot to use digital currency to stop people from buying ammunition. So like I said, this is not my normal night. I'm just jumping on here. No preparation whatsoever, no countdown. Just thought I'd just let you guys know about this. Let me zoom it in a little bit so you can see a little bit better. This is unreal. And of course, this World Economic Forum, you see that. You're very, very familiar with this on our show here. We talk a lot about WF. But look at this, a central bank digital currency could there be more horrifying concept? This could arguably be the greatest power play the government could ever pull off, placing we the people constantly under their watchful eye. And the pitch would be very crafty. And it'll be sold to Americans as progress, technology, and advancement. Yet in reality, it's more like gaining the ability to control society's every move. So look what the Orange County Register said. Here's another way to phrase that. With a central bank digital currency, the government will have a record of every cent spent by everyone. The government will know how much was spent, where it was spent, and who received it. Even more concerning than the elimination of an option for privacy is the potential for the government to turn off. Here's the key. Here's why I jumped on here tonight. To turn off an individual's money by freezing or seizing the account. This is already possible when the government requires banks to freeze one or more accounts for law enforcement purposes. But a central bank digital currency, CBDC, however, puts the government in direct control of the off switch without the need for any minimal legal process. Now, I will say this, that I'm very sorry. I don't think this is going to work, because right before I jumped on here, when I decided that I was going to do this, I found out that my audio was not working. So let me just try with something real quick. Stay with me for just a second. Let's see. Let's see if I can do it this way right here. All right, check 1 2. Check 1 2. All right, let's see if this works. And if it does, then you'll be able to hear this. And I don't know if you'll be able to hear it or not, but I want to show you something. This was, like I said, a speaker at the WEF, and you guys can let me know in the live chat if you can hear this guy talk.
And the one final note I will make is that if you think about the benefits of digital money, there are huge potential gains. It's not just about digital forms.
Hey, can y'all hear it? Just before I play the rest of it, I want to make sure that you guys can hear it. Somebody just let me know in the comment section if you can hear it, and then I'll play it, because I want you guys to hear this. Great. Okay, they said I can hear it. So this is a tweet here. Listen to this. This was July 6th this week. A speaker at the World Economic Forum just pitched the idea of using CBDC to stop people from buying ammunition. Do you now see why a digital dollar can never be allowed in America? Listen to what this guy says. So, they've been trying to stop the Second Amendment. They've been trying to stop people's ability to lawfully, legally, constitutionally protect their family. Then they said that we needed to limit ammunition, and then that was determined unconstitutional. Well, watch what happens. And this is the plan, ladies and gentlemen, not just for ammunition, Second Amendment, but also for everything. If you do not line up with their agenda and their narrative, watch what they just admitted that they can do.
And the one final note I will make is that if you think about the benefits of digital money, there are huge potential gains. It's not just about digital forms of physical currency. You can have programmability, units of central bank currency with expiry dates. You could have, as I argue in my book, a potentially better and some people might see it, or a darker world where the government decides that units of central bank money can be used to purchase some things, but not other things that it deems less desirable, like say ammunition or drugs or pornography or something of the sort. And that is very powerful in terms of the use of a CBDC.
All right, did you hear that? Okay, first of all, I think it's ironic that he throws ammunition in with drugs and pornography. So he says, you will be able to stop somebody from buying ammunition, drugs, and pornography. The reality is this. This is what this man at the World Economic Forum is admitting. They're finally saying the quiet thing out loud. Their desire for CBDC is that it is programmable. Listen to me. This is what you need to understand. FedNow is rolling out. FedNow is the Federal Reserve's version of Venmo, Cash App, and all this, but on steroids. And it rolled out this month, July. If you're watching this live or replay in the month of July 2023, FedNow has now begun to roll out. And by the way, just a little nugget there, I saw the list of the first few banks that are going to roll out in the first phase. And I looked for my bank and, of course, looked for all the other predominant banks. Some of them I was surprised were not there. But the first few banks that are rolling out in FedNow, JP Morgan, of course, we knew that one. The other major bank that I recognized was Wells Fargo. And then much to my surprise, if you're in Alabama or in the South, you've heard of People's Bank. People's Bank was one of the first ones to roll out in FedNow. And then, and I don't know, I think these are only in Alabama, Bryant Bank. Bryant Bank was one of the ones that's rolling out as well. So crazy what this is. Now listen, CBDC is not FedNow. FedNow is the seedbed to globalize or to at least nationalize for us in the United States CBDC. CBDC at its very core, listen to me carefully, CBDC at its very core and the very power that they are desiring for this CBDC to actually be in your life is programmable. It is a programmable digital currency. And when cash goes away and they put everything digital, they can decide, let's say you don't, the month of June rolls around and you don't change your profile to be a rainbow, pride, flag, whatever, or you speak out against some type of narrative that doesn't line up with what they want you to line up with, they will have the ability to turn your money off, expire your money. It's literally in the document that in the security documents of these banking industries to reserve the power for expiration dates, meaning you'll be able to get paid, let's say on a Thursday, first Thursday of the month, you get paid. Well, they will say, if we want to punish these people because they don't line up with our agenda, we will let them have a little bit of their money, but a third of their money is going to expire by X day. So and then all their money could expire. Or they could just simply turn the money off. Or here's what programmable CBDC means. They can determine and target what your money is approved to purchase. You can be approved to purchase gasoline and then not be approved to purchase food. You can be approved to purchase food and not be approved to purchase gasoline, which will probably be the more likely scenario where they're trying to get away from fossil fuels. But here we see the World Economic Forum and a speaker there speaking on CBDC saying one of the most powerful thing that could come out of CBDC is the ability to limit your ability to buy ammunition for your Second Amendment right. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Here's another couple of quick news items we're going to hit you on a Saturday night here. UK official says the next great or I think I can say pandemic, when it arrives, people will automatically, listen to what they know they have in you now. People will automatically obey because they've been conditioned to obey. Listen to what they think about you because of how the world responded to the last wham. They might protest. Do we really have to do it? Is what they'll say. Good, healthy skepticism. But once you've exercised those muscles, they're more likely to be reused again. A British official and leading professor has warned that people will automatically submit to more lockdowns, masking mandates when the next pandemic rolls around because they have been conditioned to automatically do so. Professor David Halpern, Chief Executive of Behavioral Insights Team, also known as the Nudge Unit. Think about that. It's known as the Nudge Unit, to just nudge you a little bit further into the globalist elite. A global insight group that informs the government and works to improve public services says in an exclusive interview that people have been brainwashed into voluntarily obeying restrictions and will submit. They will submit once again because of the conditioning that has happened. Halpern said that the country has practiced the drill of wearing face masks and working from home and could redo it in a future pandemic scenario. He forecasts that the UK would comply with another stay-at-home order because the people kind of know what the drill is now. The professor surmises that the country's prior experience made it, quote, much easier to now imagine, end quote, the people would passively concede to more restrictions. He goes on to say that while fear-based messaging in general is not effective, he defended its use in extreme circumstances. There are times when you do need to cut through, particularly if you think people are wrongly calibrated. Put it this way. You would feel like, oh my God, I haven't got a mask. You feel naked, right? In principle, you can switch it back on. You've got the beginning, particularly, of what is called habit loop. If this has happened, then you should do that. That's habit loop. If this has happened, you should do that. If a pandemic is reported, you should wear a mask. You should stay at home. You should work from home. You should socially distance. That's the habit loop. And it goes on to say, we figured out a lot more than when we did before, so we practiced the drill, and we could redo it. Imagine if it happens, not across the whole population, but if it happened in the area, cities instead. It's really important to do the following thing. It's now much easier to imagine that a city would simply say, okay, we better do this. Stay at home, wear a mask whenever we're out or whatever. So they have admitted, they're openly admitting that they have you programmed. They have you conditioned. They have the world conditioned. They believe that that was a practice run, and, you know, legitimate or not legitimate, whatever your feelings are, that's your feelings. But the reality is this: the whole world just went through a practice run. And if you think for a moment that the people were, the powers that be, the elite, were not plumb giddy. That's what we say down here in Alabama. Plumb giddy, y'all. That people just jumped in line the way they did. I'm telling you right now, they loved it. And then you factor in, look, now that we've come out of that, now we've got the CBDC that we just talked about, programmable money, programmable minds. Well, guess what? If this thing happens and this CBDC escalates quickly and your money then becomes digital and your money becomes programmable, guess what? If they see you on your little security camera, or they're tracking you, or ever how they're tracking you, leave the house when you're not supposed to leave the house, just turn your money off. Turn your money off. Threaten you. You want your money back? You want to be able to surf online? You want to be able to buy stuff from Amazon and have it delivered from you? You want your money back? Get back in your house. Get back in your house. Okay? They literally can identify you on your app. You're standing in line. You're getting ready to buy groceries. You get up to the counter and you don't have a mask on. Or you pulled your mask down and it's down below and you don't want to put it back up. Whatever. You get up there. This seems like a movie. It seems like I'm just conspiracy theory, what I'm about to say. But do you understand this is where it's going? The ability for that cash register, that cashier, to hit a button and report you, and your money get disabled right there at the counter because you would not do what you're supposed to do. This is the world that they are programming us to be in. Well, I got a feeling a lot of people are going to say, no. Listen, we love our family. We want to be safe. We want to take care of people. We understand certain things happen. So precautions you need to take. But no, we're not going down that road again. We're not going down that road again. This climate religion, that's what it is. It's a climate religion. It is a It is a fear religion. It's driven by fear. World Economic Forum, United Nations, global, everything united. Be skeptical of everything you hear coming out of anything that starts with united or global. International, if it starts with those words, be skeptical. Okay? Not saying everything they say is wrong. I'm just saying be skeptical. And one of the things in that world, global climate religion is everybody got to drive electric cars. Last thing I want to show you tonight is the king of electric cars here, Elon Musk. Listen to what he says. It can take 10 years to break even on an electric car. He didn't say this, but watch this. Tesla announced that it delivered 466,140 electric cars in its second quarter. I want you to hear the math, what I'm about to tell you. This is the world they say we have to live in order to save the world. He says more than 80% higher than the year before. This comes after Tesla's CEO, Elon Musk, decided to lower prices in order to boost sales and rival competitive manufacturers. We're not starting a price war, he said. We're just lowering prices to enable affordability at scale. Despite slashing vehicle prices, listen to this. This is the world they say you have to live in. Despite slashing vehicle prices by as much as 20% in the U.S. market, the typical cost of a new electric vehicle is still approximately $17,500 more than a new gas-powered vehicle, according to Daily Mail. However, proponents for electric vehicles argue that between the lower maintenance and fuel costs, this newer technology is cheaper in the long run when compared to traditional gas-powered vehicles. But watch this. But experts are claiming that it might take as long as 6 years to break even, as long as 10 years to see the premium pay off. However, depending on their income, some motorists are eligible for a $7,500 tax credit. Charging an electric vehicle, this is crazy. Charging an electric vehicle is the equivalent cost of filling up a tank of gas at $1 per gallon, okay? According to the National Resource Defense Council at the time right now of cost of oil. The average cost of gas in the United States is $3.53 a gallon on July 7th. Tilly Armstrong with the Daily Mail used the Department of Energy's calculator to compare the 2023 Volkswagen Tween, I don't know how you say that, Tiguan, I'm sorry, and the 2023 Volkswagen ID4 EV. For example, if you compare the 23 Volkswagen ID, which cost around $38,995, with the similarly priced Volkswagen Tiguan, which costs around $26,000. The electric car is $12,000 more expensive from the outset. Now, watch this. The calculator estimates that the electric car owner will save $1,404 a year charging their vehicle rather than filling up on gas. By dividing the premium of the EV by the estimated annual savings on fuel, it would take over 8 years to break even on the purchase. Over 8 years. Over 8 years to break even. This is granted that you can even buy this thing. Most people can't even buy a new car anymore. While charging electric vehicles may be cheaper than fill-ups at the pump, gas stations are limited, especially in rural areas. In addition, extremely hot and cold climates can shorten the battery life up to a third. Insurance premiums tend to be 5 to 15% higher on electric vehicles. These vehicles boast lower maintenance costs in the mechanic shop, and they also have a longer lifespan, according to Ronald Fagan, the Vehicle Freak. Oil changes, timing belts, pumps, blah, blah, blah. But have you read what it takes to replace a battery? Tens of thousands of dollars for some vehicles. $10,000 for other vehicles. Just to replace the battery structure. Not to mention the load on the electric grid. We can barely keep the electric grid running in the summer in the state of Texas and other places that get over 100 degrees. They're having rolling blackouts now, and ain't hardly nobody in Texas driving an electric vehicle. Come on. You're talking about Texas. You have an electric F-350 working on the ranch? Come on. Y'all hearing me? Are y'all hearing me? I like this right here. Somebody said, I'm going to throw this one up here. Just having to look over to the live chat. Just got a new car. They tried so hard to push electric. I was like, no. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. You're already experiencing this in your own life. Let me look at this live chat here and see if I can throw something up here. And and let's talk about it real quick. And why you're thinking about, if you got a comment on any of the news items that I just said, I'm going to try to respond to them tonight. Don't usually get a chance to do that. I'm in my home studio tonight. And this is just one of them random things that I'm going to start committing to do more of, to get on here and just talk about, to keep your eyes open, because things break in between the Monday night show, y'all. And by the way, if you hadn't hit that like button, go ahead and do that now. We appreciate that so much. Smash that like button. Nothing in the world helps us better. And your likes have really tremendously helped us. We've been put in front of a lot of new people, meeting a lot of new people. And so if you hadn't already hit that, if you're watching right now and you're enjoying this, go ahead and hit that smash the like button. Don't cost you anything but just a half a second of your time, and that helps us tremendously. Let me show you this real quick right here too, while you're commenting, and I'm going to throw some of these come-ups in just a second. If you'd like to help us with our television ministry, we're getting ready to fly to Indianapolis, Indiana. We're based here in Birmingham, Alabama, and the studio that we're going to use is in Indianapolis. The producer lives there, and we're going to produce 13 professional television programs called the Big Pictures Television Program. It's 3 months worth of programs. We'll be in front of 30 to 50 million homes, closer to the 50 million home. If you'd like to help us, it's going to cost $23,300 to get it done. Several of you have already helped us. We continue to need your help. You can go to LarryRagland.tv, and you can click that give button, or you can send a check to help us out. And I'll leave that up there while I'm talking, looking at the live chat. If you want to write it down, you can make it out to Larry Ragland Ministries. Certainly appreciate it. Let's see what some of these live chat we got up here. I like this. Somebody says, Linda Madison says, I live in North Amarillo, Texas, and I haven't seen anyone driving an electric car. Mostly, now I want you to see this, just old cheap cars. See why that's key, just old cheap cars. It means the majority of people's not even looking for new vehicles. They can't afford a new vehicle. And quite frankly, I'll be honest with you, if I could afford a new vehicle, I wouldn't buy one, because they depreciate so much when you drive on, and they're so stinking expensive now. I'm looking for one that's maybe low miles, but still looks good, and it's an older model. I just got the first new truck, new to me, that I've had in forever, and it's a 2016. It's a 2016. Looks good, but it's a 2016 with low miles. I mean, to me, it's like a brand new one. I can't fathom going to buy a brand new vehicle. I'm not judging you if you do, but now they're saying go buy a brand new EV vehicle. Think about this. Okay, so let me throw this into you now, and we'll wind this program down. Like I said, I live in Birmingham, and one of the things that you do in Birmingham, if you want to take a vacation and you're able to take a vacation, a lot of people go down to the coast, down to Gulf Shores, Alabama, down to Panama City Beach, Florida, Pensacola Beach, Florida. That's a little over a 4-hour drive, depending on how you drive, depending on who you are driving. Could be anywhere between 4 hours up to 5 hours with no traffic. Well, I'm that guy, man. When I get in the vehicle, everybody else, y'all can just go to sleep, put your earphones in, whatever. I'm on a mission, all right? Okay? I'm going to get there. I'm little stops as possible. If it's up to me, I won't even stop. Maybe once all the way down there. But, if you got kids and all, they got to stop several times. But I'm on a mission, y'all. Trying to get down there between 4.5 hours, something like that. Well, you know what? You can get down there on a tank of gas for a lot of vehicles. Sometimes maybe got to fill up one time. But with electric vehicle right now, you can't even go to the beach. You gotta go halfway, stop, and then find a place to charge it. It's going to take hours to charge it. You got to go find somewhere to sit down and eat and all this. Basically, sometimes even stay in a hotel on your way to the beach from Birmingham to the coast, which you always make in one drive. A lot of these electric vehicles, I don't know what the future's going to look like, but a lot of these electric vehicles can't even make that trip. And if it's excessive heat or excessive cold, it's even less. So you see how aggravating that is? People are not going to do that. They are not going to buy into that. So you know what's going to happen? They're not going to give you the option to buy into it. They're going to make you buy into it. That means they're going to do away with carbon emission vehicles. They're going to do away with your ability to buy a used car. What good is a used car lot? Think about this. Going back to CBDC, you got a used car lot with decent looking vehicles, some sharp looking cars and trucks that you'd like to drive, but you can't buy them because they've just put them out of business, saying, you know, we're not going to let you sell these anymore. And we've turned everybody's money off at your place of business. The only vehicles that their money can buy are electric vehicles. That is where CBDC is going. That is not fear-mongering. That is not conspiracy theory. That is the goal. That is the goal. I like what Glenn said. He said, I'm looking for a 66 Chevelle. Come on, man. Come on. A 66 Chevelle. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yep. BJ Bumbley says they want everybody to live in a 15-minute city or ride an e-bike. You're saying it. You're absolutely saying it, y'all. Y'all got this. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all know what's going on. Let me see if I can find any more. And by the way, share this broadcast. Invite people to join the big picture. Yep. Oh, yeah. Look, good to see old Ricky Scaparo here from End Time Headlines. What a blessing he is. And if I could just show y'all this real quick, and then I'll wind this down. But this is pretty cool, y'all, if y'all hadn't already seen this. Just bear with me for a second. Here we go. All right. So I'm just going to fire it like this instead of downloading it. This is a brand new program that will be on the big picture, actually starting this Thursday, and a couple of them will be starting in August. But Ricky Scaparo, you see him there, and where it says second. These are the four guys that we are going to launch a brand new show right here. This is not a new channel; it's the same channel right here in the big picture. But every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central, we are going to have the Kingdom Intelligence Report. Look at these guests that are going to be regulars every single week, commenting on the news of the day, current events, end-time events. First Thursday of each month, none other than Pastor Paul Begley. What? Are you serious? Get a cup of coffee and calm down. If you don't watch Paul Begley, you didn't get any of that. But first Thursday, 7 p.m., Paul Begley. Second Thursday of every month, Ricky Scaparo from End Time Headlines. So many of you get your news, including me. I'll just show you at the top. Look here, at the top of my, well, you can't see it. It won't let you see the top. But the very top of my news is End Time Headlines, y'all. End Time Headlines, there it is. And this is where I get my news, y'all. End Time Headlines. So he will be with us the second Thursday of every month. The third Thursday of every month, many of you have watched the previous video that we just did on UFOs and aliens with Stan Dale. This man he's lived a life of 100 men, I think. And it's just incredible. So he'll be commenting not only the news of the day, but he'll be commenting and telling us more and more stories of what he's lived when he was a part of a black ops situation with the FBI, top secret information, was able to see reverse engineered UFOs, different things like that. He'll be commenting on things like that. And then fourth, many of you know him, some of you don't know him. Pastor Mark Carell has a program right here on the YouTube called Prophecy in the News. He's been doing this forever. The special thing about Mark Carell, and I did an interview program for him as well. You can search for the interview that I did with Mark Carell. Powerful. He's battled cancer, had stage 4 cancer multiple times, and just been healed and defeated it every single time. But Pastor Mark Carell was the first man right here in Birmingham, Alabama, that ever saw anything in me for ministry. Didn't even know me, but met me, and the Holy Spirit moved on him to tell him to help me. He licensed me as a preacher of the gospel, gave me chairs, gave me songbooks, helped me in a way that nobody had ever helped me in all the years I've been in the ministry, and he's still connected. I love him. He loves me so much. And what a blessing it is. What a blessing it is to have these four men, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, think about it now. You got Monday nights. Let me show you this. This is the big picture every week, besides the breaking news. You got Monday nights at 7 o'clock, the big show, the biggest show we do. Sandy and I co-hosting breaking news program, a 2-hour program of breaking news. Wednesday night, verse by verse Bible study right now. We've got a couple more weeks left in the book of Revelation. Then we're moving on to a new teaching. And then that's Monday night, Wednesday night, and now every Thursday night right here. Live chat will be available just like tonight. One of these men will be with us depending on what week it will be, plus breaking news. Ladies and gentlemen, and then we're going on television, Christian television. We just decided we're going all in, y'all. We're going all in. So this is an exciting time to be alive. It's an exciting time to be a part of the Big Picture family. And I'll tell you what, thank you to all of our partners that click that join button down below. $5 a month. You don't even know what that means to help us. That $5 alone is such an encouragement to us. Thank you to all those that went to LarryRagland.tv and is going to go to LarryRagland.tv and help us with our television ministry. We want to reach millions of people. We want to see millions of souls saved, guys. We're just getting started. So thank you so much for being a part of this impromptu, thrown together Saturday Night Live, I could call it, breaking news. But there'll be more of the shows just like this in the coming days and weeks throughout the day. At any time something breaks, I'm either going to be in my computer or I'm going to be on my phone. So thank y'all. Appreciate you. And always remember, on the big picture, we ain't woke, but we certainly are awake. We'll see you probably sometime tomorrow. But if nothing breaks tomorrow, I'll definitely see you Monday night. God bless. We ain't woke, but we are certainly awake.